A lot of people ask me where I get the ideas for all the mechanics in my games. A lot of them come to me when I'm pooping, or when I'm in the shower. And my best ones probably come when I poop in the shower. But you can find ideas for a lot of mechanics by simply playing your game and paying attention to what's fun. So let's take a quick look at that, rather than me pooping. So when we first put drones into a virus named Tom, we had a lot of fun trying to dodge them while still solving puzzles. But after a little bit, we found ourselves goofing around, playing chicken with the drones. The poor bastards were on a rail, so we could just stand in front and dodge out of the way at the last second, basically antagonizing a sprite in a piece of code. But we found it was a lot of fun, and so we hoped that other people would end up doing that in the game. But rather than hope, we thought, what if we made a mechanic that rewarded them for doing that? Having it as a core part of the game would ensure that everybody was having the fun that we were having. So we decided to reward the player with extra energy whenever they came close to a drone. But we didn't want the player to be able to keep doing this, so we added these 3 energy pellets that would circle around the drone, and when you got close to it, you would steal one off of it, and eventually they'd run out. We started to try different variations. We made it so that each pellet you grabbed was a little bit more difficult and you had to get closer, but none of them really seemed to make the game that much more fun, and so rather than adding that complication, we just left it as is. So eventually this went to the art department, aka my wife Holly, and she didn't like the 3 pellets in orbit. It didn't feel well integrated to her, and it didn't really feel like she could make that very pretty. So instead, she came up with a design that she thought looked better. Now normally as a designer, you'd want to make sure that form followed function. But when I looked at her design, I realized that not only did it look good, but it might be more fun. At the moment, it didn't matter if you dodged away from the front of the drone or came in really close behind him. You'd just get a pellet if you were close enough to him. I thought maybe this would add another level of fun. Jumping in behind a drone is something that I didn't often do, and actually might be kind of tough. So I went and made it only 2 pellets and put one on the front and one on the back, and it was just fun. So you never really know where ideas are going to come from, and sometimes they just seem to galvanize. Or Holly's just a really great designer and it makes me look better. So I highly recommend taking your game or prototype and just goofing around and seeing what's fun. Because ultimately that's kind of what we're after. Fun. So let me know if you like this stuff and maybe I'll do some more. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go poop.